We were all together this weekend again, and it was a lot of fun because that's what my mother was. She was just, nothing bothered her. It was all, everything was good. It was all fun. It was all being happy. I was told to keep it light. So I'll read the first line of my father's favorite poem for my mother. "Oh, Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won." So we are limited today with what we can say, since today is a Chag and Hespedim are discouraged. This would not have made my mother very happy. She loved the fanfare and attention. But she didn't need it, really, for confidence building because she had plenty of that. And she didn't need it for encouragement because she did what she was going to do anyways. But what she did, my mother loved the attention because she wanted people to join her. She wanted people to be part of her love of life. She loved life. She wanted people to join her on her adventure and her excitement every day. She would say, "Do you see my business? Do you see my house? Do you see my kitchen?" She'd show you all these tchotchkes. And if you didn't like it, it didn't matter. And if you liked it, it didn't matter either. Because she just wanted you on her train. Come on board. That's what she wanted. She loved life. Every second of it, nothing got her down. This weekend would never gotten her down. That's her. There will never be another Ruth Levy on this earth. Her energy was boundless and contagious. And growing up, I wanted to be part of that energy. I yearned to be part of that energy. I loved my mother. Her Achnasis Orchim, as we spoke about, was legendary. Not because she had to do it, and not because it was a mitzvah that she could go out and say, "I have so many guests, I could brag about how great Achnasis Orchim person I am." Because she loved doing it. That was her. She didn't ask, no accolades. It was just her. And everybody just loved being there. Our house was filled, every Shabbos, with so many people. I said, "Ma, maybe on Shabbos it could be just with the family." What? I mean, she wasn't. She had her ideas and she knew where she was going. I was here about a year ago and we were talking. We tried to focus on a little spirituality for a second, which was unusual, really. But because she had a natural spirituality. But I said, "Ma, what happens when you go to the next world?" And she said, "Oh, matter of factly, I'll figure it out when I'm there." Now, can we please go to Trader Joe's? But I will quote Judy Bluestein. I hope you don't mind. Judy Bluestein came over the other day, and she was standing next to my mother, and she said, I love your mother, and I know when it's my turn to go, your mother will be there to welcome me and take me and show me the new adventure that is the next world. She showed me in Detroit. She took me around. She introduced me to Detroit. That's what she was. I love you, Ma. I will miss your boundless energy, your love for all your children, your grandchildren. Aryeh, Molly, Meira, Kobe. You were there for Kobe. You were there. We'll miss you. You taught me how to live, not through your words, through your actions, how to love life. Please forgive me for anything I've done to you. You should be Me'ila, Silo, Melitza, Shara. He knows what I mean. Today is a Chag, it's a holiday, it's Hanukkah. I was told to keep it short and light. We tried to do that. I spoke to Rafi, my son, around an hour ago. He's watching right now. Hi, Raf. Hello to all the Israelis and New Yorkers who are watching. We're sorry you're not here. Rafi pointed out to me that the holiday that we're celebrating right now, today, is celebrating the miracle of 1 day's worth of oil burning for 8 days. God's miracle was extending the time of light. I want to take time to offer mine and my family's gratitude to Hashem for extending our mother's light for an extra 11 years, for it has been that long since her terrible diagnosis. My mother, as we're hearing, had really many amazing qualities, which many people here can attest to. Everybody here can attest to. She had a great sense of humor. She could laugh about herself. As a matter of fact, any time I told her a joke, I got a raucous laughter in return. So that I'm going to miss. I don't know who's going to laugh at my jokes. She was fun and loving and vivacious. And she made you feel amazing about yourself. And of course, we also felt that she was amazing at the same time. She was very honest to a fault. If there was anything that you missed out when you spoke to her, she was very medactic. She was very careful to point out the exact truth. And my wife Sherry will attest to that. She was a wonderful friend. When I look around and I see all of her wonderful friends that she has acquired over the years, you know that I'm not overstating that fact. She was amazing at garage sales, just legendary. And Aviva, my daughter, was just saying she still treasures the memory of going garage sailing with my mother and finding the disco ball that still hangs in our sukkah. My mother was quirky, she was unique, and that made Ruth that is my mother. She was unique and quirky. But the one quality that I hope that all of her grandchildren and all of her great-grandchildren and all of her friends from around the world that are watching right now take from her is her midah, her personality trait of Hasnasa Orton, which means to bring a visitor into your home and to share your life with them. My mother was a legendary hostess. Growing up, I remember times having a Shabbos table set to the maximum, absolute maximum, can't fit another person on, and my mother nonchalantly squeezing 2 or 3 more people. Many people in the past few months have come up to me and reminded me of those days. In the merit of that mitzvah that our mother was so amazing with, I met my wife. I was in Florida 25 years ago over Passover, and I met Sherry at a party. She wouldn't give me the time of day. Her brother walks over to us and says, "Oh, where are you from?" "I'm from Detroit." "Oh, you're from Detroit. You know Ruth Levy?" So that was my in. And the rest is history. So I really do attribute my own happiness and my amazing family to the mitzvah and the carefulness that my mother had for sharing her life. Being a gracious host was the one quality that our forefather Abraham was famous for. Why was he famous for visiting for visitors? Why was he famous for that? We could have talked about his strength. We could have talked about his brilliance. We could have talked about his spirituality. No, when we talk about Abraham, we talk about his hafnasis orchim. Because Abraham knew that you can't spread Torah, and you can't spread your values, and you cannot grow as a nation without valuing that human connection and sharing all of the good in your life. My mother knew this instinctually, and I think it's important for all of her progeny and everybody here today to take that in and make the world a better place. I love you, Mumsy Wumsy. I'm going to miss you every day of my life. Just like I miss Dad.